Hi guys, so back pain, mattresses, sleeping, obviously a big issue for a lot of people, back issues, probably the second most common thing I get asked for after sitting, like in the last video. So obviously don't get excited, this is the spare bedroom, this is not the actual master bedroom, but I thought I'd bring in this bomb because at the end of the video I'll show a good technique to help you get out of bed if you've got a real sharp back pain, like it's right on that sort of knife edge, and getting out of bed seems a bit of a problem for you. So first thing I'll do, the biggest tip I can say in terms of mattresses is the most important thing is to be able to try it out for yourself, because you're going to be the best judge of whether that mattress suits you or not. So if you're going to a shop to buy one, my recommendation would be to lie in it for a good 20 minutes or so and just sort of try the positions that you tend to sort of sleep in or tend to fall asleep in, and say you go after 20 minutes, and that might give you a good indication. After that, now we're going to do some sort of general recommendations based on my experience, which again may not apply to you, but all I can do is speak from my experience and the mattresses that I've tried. So probably the biggest idea, again with a lot of issues, is with back pain. Obviously we've got to manage your aggravators, and especially when it comes to choosing the right mattress and bed, we've got two ideas we get our head around. One is passive aggravators and one is active aggravators. So the passive aggravator for a bed is the actual mattress itself and what happens when you're asleep and or not moving for long periods. Like, are you in a decent, supported position? Because obviously if the mattress isn't right from that regard and you're in weird positions where you're not being supported, that's going to sort of, it's going to drain your bank account and aggravate your back. The other thing is with active, in terms of bed, is how you get into and out of bed without setting your back off. So, you can have a great mattress, but if you get into and out of the bed, the mattress, in an aggravating way, that's going to cause problems for you. So at the end of the video, I'll show you a possible technique that can help with that. Anyway, but mattresses, so looking at the passives, obviously, I hope you get at least 7 to 9 hours sleep a night. Decent mattress can make a massive difference for a lot of people. So one of the things I look for when I first consult with people or start talking to them about the back issue, is I'll ask, what sort of times of the day is your back? Does it feel gripey? Does it feel bad? Is one of those times first thing in the morning when you get up? So if someone says, oh yeah, actually it's really bad, it's really stiff in the morning, that might be, and it's not definitely a signal of, but it might be an indicator that the mattress isn't quite right. So it could either be not quite right, too old, whatever it may be. There's, it's putting you into a position, or it's not supporting you enough to stop that bank balance being slightly drained. So when you get up in the morning already, that bank account is a little bit lower than it needs to be, which could be why you feel stiff and tight. Could be. There's other reasons why, but for today we'll look at the possibility of the mattress. So I think general recommendations with mattresses is they need to be replaced every 5 years or so. I mean, it depends on the manufacturer. It might be sooner, it might be later, depending on what mattress you've got. My recommendation from my experience is to go for a memory foam type mattress, or one that's like a hybrid of kind of like springs and memory foam. So the reason being is that I find in my experience they're the ones that generally give me the best position. As long as you select the right type, they're not too hard to get out of. So one of the problems with the old, even my first memory foam mattress back in like 2005, 2006, they used to have like a single, just like single type of foam all the way through. So basically it was like a giant marshmallow, which was great when you kind of sat in it. You'd lie in it, and then as it heated up, you'd kind of sink into this marshmallowy supportive base, which was great. But then trying to get out of it afterwards was almost impossible without doing something that's going to set you back off. So since then, obviously the memory foam mattresses have come on quite a lot. So one of the sort of things I like to look for now is any sort of brand or type of mattress that has sort of multi-layers. So a lot of them have sort of 3 or 2 layers of different density types of foam that do slightly different things. So it gives you a good balance between maybe having a softer top piece, which you can sort of feel like you're supported by, but the bottom piece is a bit more firmer, which means you don't sink in so far it's a nightmare to get out of. So 2 brands I've used. I'm on one of them now. This is in Australia. This is the brand called Koala mattresses. used this one for a little while now. It's in the spare room. This is pretty good. This is one of those ones that's got sort of different layers of memory foam in it, different types. It's quite a nice, light, cool mattress. It's got a slightly springy feel compared to a lot of other memory foam mattresses that we've used, which again, if you prefer a slightly springy feel, this could be the right one for you. This was pretty good for us, not too bad. It wasn't quite 100% right for me, but you know, it was a pretty solid choice. But definitely this could be a brand for you to look at. What we've got now in the main room is a brand called Acosa, which is, again, similar idea, multi-layered approach with the memory foam. However, what swings it for me as a recommendation is you can actually take the bed apart, the mattress apart, and you can swap those layers around to kind of fine tune it from having a sort of, you know, very firm mattress to sort of like a medium firm, and you can sort of adjust in between. So for me, if I was going to recommend it to someone, I'd probably go for something like that where you can adjust it, because then, you know, if it's not quite out of the box, there's a chance that you can change it around if need be. And then if you're in the UK, one of my guys at the moment is using an Emma named mattress. The brand is called Emma, I think, online. He's had it for a couple of weeks. He says it's pretty good. Again, that's a multi-layered approach, but you can't adjust the layers. So if you're in the UK, that could be one maybe to try. But either way, which way you go, what I like about all three of them, which I think is a very clever idea of these kind of online mattress sales, because obviously you can't really go anywhere to try it, because they're sort of an online based company. The way they get around it is they'll give you like a 90 or 100 day in-home free trial. So you can try it for, you know, 2-3 months. If you don't like it, you can just get rid of it, send it back, and that's that, and then try the next one. So again, that gets around that idea that the most important thing really with mattresses, regardless of what I say or anyone else says or whatever a salesman might say, is you have to try it. So if in a shop, a minimum of 20 minutes of lying on it gives you a rough idea if it's going to be horrific or if it's pretty close. But even better, if you can take it home, you know, for a few weeks and give it a real good test and really see, then that's going to be a good option for you. And what you're looking for is generally, if you've got a solid mattress, you're going to know pretty much straight away. Again, with a lot of back issues and aggravators, if you take away an aggravator, it's a pretty clear, definitive improvement that you'll feel. It shouldn't really be like I'm not quite sure, sometimes it's right, sometimes it's not, unless there's other things going on. But generally, if you take away a major contributor or aggravator to your back pain, you're going to get a definite answer within a few days, really. So if you can trial a mattress for, you know, a month or 2 months, that's going to give you a real clear indicator if that's the right option for you. So overall, most important thing, make sure you can try it before you buy it and commit to it. And again, my recommendation would be a memory foam style mattress. Doesn't appeal to everyone, but I like these modern ones that have multi-layered approaches to them, especially if you can change the layers around if you need to fine tune it to suit, you know, your preferences and how your back feels. So that's my kind of recommendations for mattresses. Plenty of brands online, have a look. And again, don't be fooled into buying something super expensive. With this stuff, unfortunately, it's not always how much money you throw at it, it's what's right is right. And if it's wrong regardless of how much it costs. So if you can try it, then you're going to know if it's right for you or not. As I promised at the start of the video, how do we get into and out of bed, particularly the getting out of phase, which is challenging for a lot of people, without aggravating your back, especially if you're not, you know, a real sharp knife edge with it. So I'll just run you through a strategy. There's a few others, but this is probably the one that's most common, you know, most applicable for a lot of people. So I'm lying here, so you're lying in bed. So what we need to do is raise, if I'm going to roll this way, over onto my left side, I'm going to raise my right leg here. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to push that right leg to start turning my hips over towards the left side. At the same time, I want to make sure that my shoulders rotate with the hip at the same time. Those of you who know how to, engaging a little bit of brace, like a 2 or 3 out of 10, just helps give a bit more of an insurance policy and make sure that the shoulders and hips rotate at the same time. That's the key, is making sure we're not just whipping the shoulders around or the hips and leaving the shoulders where they are, because any sort of twist, if your back's a bit of a compromised position, will definitely set you off for a bad day. So we're going to roll over to this side. So I'm using this leg and this shoulder. I'm going to push with this leg and this foot and reach the shoulder across at the same time. This gets me onto my front. Now what I need to do carefully is try and get the back straight, come up to all fours. And then once I'm at all fours, it should be a reasonably safe position for most. You just turn around, and now I'm going to sort of back out towards the edge like this. Now, when I'm at the edge, this is the kind of the key bit you've got to be careful of, is you want to get one leg down gently, don't rush. Again, a little bit of brace if you can hold it. Edge back a bit more, and then we've got the next hand. So now my back is still nice and straight, still pretty well supported. We're going to edge my hands back, and then we're going to grab the top of my thighs, short stop squat position to those that know it, and then I'm up, I'm out of bed, and it's reasonably easy. So again, to get into bed, you can pretty much reverse it. You can just come down, edge your way in, carefully come in, and then from here, just gently lower yourself down and on. So that's a reasonably good strategy for most. That's going to limit the chances of you smashing your back to pieces. But again, with like any technique, when you're first trying something new, take your time with it and then try and smooth it out as much as you can, or adapt it as much as you need to suit your situation. But that getting to and out of is probably my go-to choice for a lot of people. That should minimize any sort of aggravation. So if you've got a decent mattress, decent technique to get into and out of bed, that's pretty much covered your bases in terms of, you know, the bed and sleeping potentially being aggravated for you if you think it is. So if you need any help, guys, don't forget online training is now available, which I can do via Skype, and also give you a personalized program of help and support. But anyway, if you found this video helpful, obviously like, share and subscribe. There'll be more stuff coming in the weeks to come. So beds, mattresses and sleeping with back pain, that's you covered.